Hello media people, it's Fidel Freer, and for my final project I wanted to go deep into a non-profit organization that was to me one of the most helpful I've ever been to, but I wanted to put the spotlight on the organization since it's been so helpful to many people. So I drove down to Adult Literacy League and had a conversation with one of their members. A staff member by the name of Tej was there, and he helpfully answered some of the questions that I had to ask him. And the first one was, what is the Adult Literacy League?
So we say this is like our mission. We define full functional literacy as the ability to read, write, communicate in English, compute, solve problems, and use technology in order to be a self-sufficient member of our community.
Okay. How is it funded?
We are funded through various sources, grants largely. Also, we rely on a lot of individual donations, donations from organizations, companies, and stuff too.
Okay.
To create a more literate community in Orlando, which initially focused on providing basic education to Americans who, were fluent in English from birth, or from at least from talking age, but were unable to finish school for various reasons, because of the needs in our community. That's shifted more towards ESOL, English for speakers of other languages, and conversation classes. But we also offer citizenship courses, and we also do continue to focus on our adult business education as well.
Oh, that's awesome. In answering the question as to why the Adult Literacy League is such an important organization here in Central Florida, I had to consult with my own experiences in Central Florida. I've noticed that the Latino community has grown significantly. I didn't have the numbers for it, but I knew there was an influx of Hispanics coming from South America and from the Caribbean, and some from interstate, mostly New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, etc. So I went and did some research, and I found floridaliteracy.org had some interesting things to say. Quote, 1 in 6 Floridians were born in another country, far more than the national average of 1 in 10. Nearly 2.5 million Floridians speak Spanish at home, an increase of 71% since 1990. 57% of Latinos believe that immigrants have to speak English to be a part of the American society. End quote. This is a significant stat here.
You don't have to have a visa. You don't have to have like a working visa, or we have students on tourist visas that come to our classes while they're visiting the community. They might be here for a month and come to our class.
Doing a little research after the interview, I realized that the Adult Literacy League was actually struggling to stay afloat. It was running out of grants, and it was developing a fundraiser on its own. I therefore dedicate this final project to the league itself. It has helped vast amounts of Native and immigrant Americans with their citizenships and GEDs. And just as they served the public for 51 years, I think it's time for the public to help them back. At the end of this video, I have posted the organization's GoFundMe page, their phone number, their hours of operation, their schedules, and their website. All of it in hopes that we all participate in keeping alive this organization has served our community for so long. It's my sincere belief that with participation and charity, we can continue to have this organization thrive and help those in need for generations and generations to come. I want to thank every one of you for listening, and I want to especially thank those in advance for participating and helping this organization. Thank you.